was something. Apparently, Liam's moving to Ainsley next week. Can we sit down? This is gonna be a long one. Yeah, the table's fine. What's the plan for dinner? Oh, you did? Have I told you lately that you're amazing and that I don't know what I'd do without you in my life? Because it's all true. It is. I mean, the fact that you preemptively decided to order dinner so that I could have your full attention after a one-on-one with my alpha? That's honestly romantic as hell, and I'm swooning in my seat over here. All right, you got me. But it's all still completely true. That's romantic. You're amazing. And I appreciate you. Like I said, Liam's moving to Ainsley next week. It was apparently a surprise to everyone. His job's transferring him. Hope. Hope reached out to me because she wants me to accept the role of Beta. I asked her if I could call her back tonight and let her know. I told her I wanted to talk to you first. This is a big deal and something that affects both of us. It's not something I would even consider taking on without your input. I love you too. I've been asking myself that the whole way home, and what I've come to is that I want this. I want to tell her yes. I want to help Hope realize her vision. I want to support her. It's just not an offer I ever expected to receive, so I don't know how to really parse it. I don't know. It's a chance to do what I've always wanted to do, what my parents wouldn't let me do. I have immense respect for my parents. What they're pulling off, the fact that the pack is still alive and growing and functional, and that it's still an extant institution of Connor's Reef after what, centuries? And that it's still such an influential one at that. To say that's impressive feels like an understatement, massively so, and feels like it's underselling them of credit they rightfully deserve. But that, all of that, that's part of the problem, you know? I mean, I know we've talked about it, but I've always thought they've gotten some of it so wrong. I understand why, but that doesn't make it any easier to accept. And they've always been so reluctant to change any of it when it's their pack and they're the ones who set the rules and expectations for how it should function. It's always felt like kind of a betrayal, in a way. Which is weird, I know. But how they raised me, how they taught me to interact with the world and with magical society, and even with non-magical society. I still can't always fucking square it with some of the administrative decisions they make in running the pack. And their whole response that managing the pack has to be handled more deliberately and carefully, and with a viewpoint that necessitates a broader scope than what they might believe in their personal lives. Ugh. It's always felt like such a fucking double standard, and I've always fucking hated it. I joined Hope's pack because I believed in her vision. The way she talked about how a pack should function, regardless of its age or its size, it turned that spark in my core to fix my parents' pack into a fucking bonfire the first time she and I talked about it all. She was born to do this, to lead a pack. And if you ask me, she was meant to do it here. This isn't something that would happen in a vacuum, and I would be an idiot to not take those factors into account. If I accept the position, there are some, not many, but some, people in the pack who would definitely feel uneasy. They'd probably just see a Beaumont stepping into the role and immediately assume the worst implications. Not to mention the people who think I ran from the weight of responsibility once already in leaving my parents' pack, and what they'll subsequently have to say about my taking on this responsibility. Loudly, too, knowing them. One of those things alone is enough to cause discord when there's already going to be some natural amount of instability with Liam leaving and anyone stepping up to replace him. But both? I want to do right by my pack. I want to do right by my alpha. And I want to do right by you. It's not like you'd be expected to run a fucking book club or anything, but there's a level of responsibility you'd still bear as my mate. You'd be part of the power structure the same way Hope's mate is. Like I said, this doesn't affect only me. It affects us, and Hope, and the pack as a whole. He wasn't there. It was just Hope and me. But I asked her. She said Liam had told her I was the right fit for the job. My beta fucking handpicked me to fill his shoes for his best friend. That kind of made my head spin a little when she told me, I'm not gonna lie. To call that a compliment feels like calling the sun a star. It's accurate, scientifically speaking, but it doesn't match the impact, you know? No, you're the only one I've told. I think they'll be proud, actually. And I might never hear the end of it from them if I turn this down. But I also don't want to muddy this. I'm already taking so many variables into account. I don't need their direct opinions to be another one. Not yet, anyway. I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, it's easy to say that's why, but I can't have been the only choice on the list. I'm not the only one who could do this. Every single one of us is there because we believe in Hope and the way she wants this to be. And because we believe in and care about each other. I want to do this. It feels like the right call in my bones. I feel like I can give Hope the support she needs to continue to breathe real life into her vision for how this should be, to back her up as she shakes the core of the staid, magical community of Connor's Reef. But if you tell me you don't think it's the right call, if you think that I shouldn't... Okay. Are you sure? This isn't something I can take back. All right. I'm gonna give Hope a call. And love, thank you.